You're about to listen to the award-winning Stuart Pedasso Show. This show is for biologically and emotionally mature audiences. If you should not be here, please go away. We'll still be here when you're mature enough to partake. Mwah!
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Stuart Pedasso Show.
Hi,
I'm Dave.
I'm Melissa.
I'm Carrie.
I'm not going to keep talking.
You can talk about
I
it.
can't. I won't be able to keep it up.
Oh, that's fair. Well, if you can't do it, then don't. I don't want you to hurt
but it would be
yourself.
really funny, though. Hello.
I'd like to see you try.
I'd like to see you try, Melissa.
Let's try. Let me see if I can do this.
So, if you don't mind, right off the bat, because I had something I wanted to talk about last week and we ran out of time.
Let's talk about
Can I
it.
get right into
Let's
it?
do it. It's
All
our
right.
show. We can do whatever we
This
want.
isn't.
Right, Ann?
This isn't.
Water's good.
This isn't a earth-shattering thing, but I just thought I would share this.
It's important.
So
If it's important to you, it's important to me.
It's not. I don't know about importance. Is a strong word. I would say I wanted to see where this goes. So, I believe I've said this before. I don't know, but like when I'm at school and I eat my lunch, I usually tend to have my laptop open and I'm just looking at news headlines, and I use Yahoo.com. They're a news aggregator, and I'll put air quotes on news because it's really pretty much garbage, which is on purpose.
I'm surprised you don't have like a specific app or something that you get
Well,
your
okay,
news
this is
on.
my school stuff when they block fucking everything.
Oh, okay.
I'm hearing now, I haven't tried this out, but just literally yesterday, this is a Saturday, and so yesterday was Friday, I literally just found out that they've done something where my kids like can't use Google or something. I have
school?
not, right, and I haven't explored this yet, but I'm like, so basically our Chromebooks are worthless, and they were like, yeah. So
I was
I've
going to say,
explored.
doesn't everything run on Google?
Oh, we're getting away.
Microsoft?
Yeah, which I hate.
So Teams.
Teams, which I'm so
We're on
far
Teams.
despising.
But we're on Google Classroom. Yet we
No.
run on Google Teams.
No.
Or Microsoft Teams, but
Yeah.
we're on Google Classroom.
No, they've gotten.
Who's on Microsoft Teams?
We run everything on Microsoft Teams, but our kids' platform is Google Classroom.
No, they're moving our kids over.
I
away
don't
from
understand how our district does that, but that's how we are.
that. So anyway,
Go figure that one out.
so whoever, I don't care. Both Dr. Google and Mr. Microsoft both need to get kicked in the nads. But
And we have I found out that I have two emails. I have a Google email and a Microsoft Outlook email. And
Well,
I didn't realize I had to
How
check both.
annoying.
well, I have
How
no.
annoying.
I have a Google email address, but I can't get the email. So I use it on occasion.
At work, I mean, both.
Yeah, me too. To log into a couple of things, but in next year I won't even have the Gmail anymore. So it'll just
That would be nice.
Whatever. I hate.
Well, it'd just be nice to have just
Right.
one, whatever it is. Just
Well,
have
I had
one.
a document from the person doing my
well, my kids don't
observation.
do shit anyway, so I don't even
Well, no, my observation document came through my Google
I would just
email.
be worried I'd forget to
Well,
look
I
at it.
didn't
and-
know I
yeah.
needed to do it and fill it out until he came to do my post observation, and he asked me where my document was, and I didn't, because it was supposed to go through this specific app where I normally do it from the guy who used to do my observation, who no longer is there.
That would be Frontline, probably.
Teach Boost.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, all right.
Man.
And I said I didn't. So just last week, I finally found it because somebody keyed me into, oh, yeah, you have a Gmail account. I'm like, what?
So,
Is
if
that,
I may,
can I just ask one
yeah.
thing on this? So do textbooks even exist anymore? And I'm asking that in all
Yeah.
honesty.
Yes.
They do.
Now, who uses them? I don't know.
Do you
Our
use
district
do
does
you
not
use
have them in the
textbooks?
classrooms.
You don't have them in the.
They're not in the classrooms.
So is
they're a resource if you want to look something
because
up.
my son, who he's 25, so he graduated 7 years ago, but he still did have textbooks.
Some schools do.
He had. I mean, he had a. He did he had
They're
a tablet,
in the
but
building,
he had.
and
Okay.
you can use them if you want.
In
I
our
don't know
district,
too many teachers who do.
in our district, they have what they call consumables. So what they are their units, and a lot of districts are going to these. I know you're laughing.
I haven't heard
Unit.
that. I haven't heard that word in a long ass time.
They're switching to these. So what they are, they're considered workbooks. So the actual lessons are presented to the kids in the classroom,
And then they
or
write
they're
the
on
workbook.
lines, and then the classwork or whatnot or notes are in these actual pre-printed notebooks that they're handed to the kids. And the kids
Consumables are
keep
stuff
them.
that they write in.
And the kids keep them.
Okay.
So they're not reused each year. So there are no
Right.
textbooks anymore.
Well, workbooks I get. I mean, I have I mean,
But I
have
think,
workbooks.
but I think that's more costly for the districts.
Well, both of
in the long
my.
run.
I just think it's so interesting.
Okay, that's a kickback somebody got somewhere.
Exactly.
to do.
However, they keep changing the standards.
So the
One
stuff
way
that
or
the
another.
kids need to read about that you teach in class, all of that is on their Chromebook or their
It's all online.
Well, it depends. No, well, but you're in a unique program like me.
I know, but I'm also up to date with everything in the math department because I do all of the professional development, and I have a lot of district kids that I have to keep up.
So
to
there's
date with.
specific programs like so the kids go like so this history class
Okay,
doesn't have a textbook, so you have to go to like a program to learn about.
It's really hard to say
Sorry.
for every district.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
you
is.
can't-
And there's a
But is that kind of one of them though? Is like so people
Well, there's
so you
all
have
sorts of.
There's a lot of teachers that do different things too, depending on the learning style of the students. A lot of teachers are doing things called the flipped classroom, where kids for homework watch videos, and I'm speaking from math especially,
okay
because it's
Math's
different
good.
for
Yeah,
different
but math's good.
subjects.
Yeah.
Where kids will go home and watch a video of the lesson, and then when they come into class, they actually do the classwork like a worksheet. So that would utilize the teacher as a support, as opposed to the teacher being the one teaching the lesson and the kids going home doing the homework and nobody there to help them when they struggle.
I mean, I can see either way. I can
So
see it
using
could-
technology
yeah.
as the teacher, which there's a lot of success there.
and again, it probably depends on the kid.
And the kid can pause, rewind. When the
Mm-hmm.
kid gets distracted, they stop it. I see the benefits there.
I can't see the benefits.
And my kids would never do that.
So your kids are just taught in class.
We'll put air quotes on taught.
I know. I was actually thinking that myself even
don't
before you said it. I mean,
There are kids that wouldn't watch the video. So
Right.
how do you know how many kids are actually watching the videos at home? That's the other problem. So there's a lot of kids that show up to school the next day that don't watch the video.
So
I feel like I'm sorry. I'm just going to be honest about it.
Yeah.
I think this sucks.
well, yeah.
It does suck, right?
it's-
I'm not wrong. Like I feel like
It does suck because this whole flipped classroom is a phenomenal idea. But when most of the kids come in the class next day and they didn't watch the video, what is the
Yeah.
teacher supposed to do?
I know that's. I'm like this. This kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Man,
So during my lunch,
tell us. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You were.
I
talking
totally
about something else.
hijacked that.
No,
My-
I did.
my
I did that.
apologies.
That was me.
so during my lunch, I'll just, and again, I know it's garbage what I'm looking at, right? Like there'll be articles from the Telegraph, no, whatever,
Telegraph?
the UK's version of Fox News.
Yeah.
And I know it's garbage, and I just look at headlines for the most
Whatever,
part.
yeah.
Every once in a
But
while,
it's
they'll-
fun sometimes, like Mad Magazine.
not even
I'm
fun.
kidding.
It's just something for me to do. Every once in a while, there'll be something from Rolling Stone or Loud or Guitar Magazine or something. It's a music thing. Oh, I'll read about something music. But generally, I'm just scrolling through and whatever. You know, if like a city's on fire, I might look about that.
Right.
Yeah. So,
You
but
know.
anyway,
A city, some city,
whatever.
random city.
So I'm scrolling through this thing, and there's this headline that says scientists say that picking your nose can cause Alzheimer's. And I'm like, okay,
All right.
I
that's-
know this is clickbait, but you got me. I cannot resist clicking on this. I have to click this because you got me here.
Because I can't.
And it wasn't the
possibly
Onion. I don't
believe
remember
that.
what the source was. It wasn't the Onion. It was something that quote unquote legit, but whatever.
How did they collect the data?
Hold on, this
like-
is
like,
Carrie. This is where I'm going. So I click on it and I'm looking at it. So apparently the idea is if you pick your nose, you will have there will be microscopic kind of tearing or whatever of tissue, and then the germs that could affect your brain are more susceptible to get in because that's where you breathe.
Man, but that's a
Now,
stretch. but
now hold
Does
on.
it matter
I mean,
if
I
you
get
eat
it,
it
but
or
that's
not?
not done.
Eat or flick? Does it
Hold
matter?
on, I'm not done.
I mean, I've
So-
a few times lately.
No, what you do after the picking, they did not do anything. So, because here's the next part. And here is the part where I would love it. Let's see if the thoughts that came into my head came out to yours. They said they have not tested this on humans yet. They've only done the study on mice. So I got two questions that popped into my head. Anybody?
Who's picking the nut?
That's my first one. What intern is the worst job ever to pick a mouse's nose?
Oh dear Lord.
And then secondly,
They're not picking. That's the mouse isn't picking its own nose.
right. So
Yeah,
who
so
is the intern?
Who's picking the
Who's
mouse's
the intern
nose?
that has to pick the nose of the mouse? Some poor bastard.
And who's collecting
So
the
those
data?
poor mice. I feel so bad for them.
Dude,
I know.
mice have been used. That's
I know,
a
but you know
whole-
I don't love that.
I know.
I love them. I think rodents are adorable.
I'm not
do.
applauding.
Well,
I'm
not
just
all of
telling
them.
you the article.
There's some are ugly.
So Carrie got the first
I
part.
disagree. They're all cute to me.
Carrie got the first part. Now the second part is, and I don't think this was alcohol. I want to know what drugs the people were on. Was like, hey, I bet you if you pick your nose, you get Alzheimer's, man. Jesus Christ. Oh, dude, we should totally check that out. Like, who the fuck thought? Let's start picking noses and see what happens. Who came up with that idea? That's like the second.
So,
thought.
so who put together those two thoughts? All right. So, do you think they were thinking?
Hey, you got your finger in my
picking-
nose. You got your nose on my finger.
Do you
that's
think they were
weird.
talking like child picking nose or adult picking nose?
They didn't say. They just
Correct.
said mice.
Yeah, because
So-
all children pick their noses.
Right, that's
like
where I
that's
was
just
going.
like you just have to stop
I'm
picking
like-
your nose. Don't pick your nose. Stop picking.
Like-
I mean, all
It-
kids do that.
I would now again.
Now my nose is itchy
I'm
'cause
making
they're talking about
assumptions. I'm making assumptions here. I would assume.
Right. So this must be something. So do you think they must have been out somewhere watching an adult pick their nose?
and then
and
that's
then
probably
the thought
exactly.
came
And then
to
the
their
socks.
mind.
I bet that's exactly.
I
right.
wonder
I
how
think-
many germs, because you
no.
know how many germs are under your
LSD,
fingernails.
hash, something. Somebody was on.
Well,
something.
no, I bet you, because you know how many germs are under your fingernails. Isn't that where most germs
that's a good
are? That's where the idea maybe.
I don't agree. I think there was illicit substances involved.
Well, obviously.
I mean, they're-
same.
Well, they were
Both.
probably at a bar or
Both.
something.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're at a
No,
bar.
no,
Saw
if-
somebody
no,
picking their nose and eating
no,
it, and they were like,
No.
Do you know how many germs are under
No.
their freaking fingernails?
"Wait, is it specifically they have to eat it?" Was that
No,
the
there's
point?
nothing to do with eating it.
Just the picking.
This
nose
has
part.
nothing to do with what happens after you've done the
It's just
picking.
the fact that you put your
It's
finger in your
because you are
nose.
tearing tissue in here that makes an open thing that
And
makes
it's
it
a direct
susceptible
line.
to the
All
germ.
right,
the
I'm
brain.
gonna, maybe I'm gonna be the weirdo. I'm sure I'm not. Anyway, but sometimes, like, I have allergies, and I blow my nose. Sometimes the boogers are like really dry in there. I have to go in there with my finger and get it out.
Look,
like,
I'm
I
not
don't know.
judging. This isn't.
I know, but I'm thinking to myself, like, but now that we're saying about it, I'm like,
now we might
am
be
I-
getting
But
I
I okay,
Alzheimer's.
but in the
am I gonna
past,
get Alzheimer's because I
No,
have to
no,
sometimes
this-
take it
this
out
is
with my
not-
fingernail? You
We
should
need
have
to
brought
get-
up Dave.
No, no,
Because
We need to get neti pots. We need a neti pot now.
So, now you
no
blow
more
your
picking
nose.
neti pot.
Maybe it's the neti pot industry that sponsored this. That's what this is. It's
all about the
capitalism.
neti pots.
It's capitalism. Damn it! Why didn't I think of
Conspiracy.
that? It
neti
is.
pots do work though.
I
It's
know.
capitalism.
No, I was just told
They
I
do
need
work.
to get a
Son of a
neti
bitch.
pot.
They
I don't
do
know how to
work.
use
Remember the time for like a few years
But-
they were trying to convince us that bagels were good for you?
Wait, they're
Yeah,
not.
they're not. No.
No,
No.
they're just bread. They're straight up carbs.
Yeah,
No, they're just straight up carbs, dude. They're bread.
yeah.
They're just
Unless
so
you get
good.
sourdough, which that could be
They're
a
better
sa-
than straight
that
sugar.
Could be.
They're
Uh,
a step above straight sugar. They at least make you chew.
so you get your exercise. in?
Anyways,
Yeah, you get your-
Burn some calories.
sourdough. If you had a sourdough bagel,
I saw something about that. Like sourdough supposedly doesn't have your blood sugar spike or something.
yeah,
I
I
need
can
to-
talk about it because the place, my new employer,
There you
only
go.
sells sourdough.
All right, so here's a wow. That's an unintended segue.
Ooh.
I'm just saying it.
Do
that,
it.
That was
I'm
good.
done. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Oh, actually, I did hear sourdough is really
I have
good
one more
for.
thing. I do have one more thing.
Good
and
for your
then
gut
I'm
too,
gonna-
isn't it?
I'm going to mess up the segue, but I'm going to do one more thing. So I do remember this, and again, it could have been in the exact same way. I saw in a dumb feed or something. They were saying like blowing your nose is bad for you. I couldn't remember why. Right, so it's
Okay.
like don't blow your nose, don't pick your nose. How are you supposed to? What?
How are you supposed to get that out then?
Right, I know that's what I'm saying. We're stuck. So like we're mostly
No, I'm not gonna.
you're
until you're
supposed to blow
fucking.
your
I need to
nose.
breathe. I'm not gonna fucking
I
leave
know.
it in there.
That's
They're
what I'm
crazy.
saying.
I don't care.
I'm agreeing with you.
You know what? If I have to use my finger to pick out a really
I'm doing
nasty
it.
booger,
I'm-
I don't fucking
You
care.
just worry about yourselves, and I'll
I'll
take care
deal
of
with my own
nose.
nose,
Yep,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying too.
So I'm gonna get you a beer while you start talking about
Yeah,
this job
could you
that has
please
to
give
do with
me a beer?
sourdough.
Which
so
does.
just you want the Jenny? Is
yeah,
that
I'll
just
have it.
regular-
I'll have the Jenny.
the regular Jenny.
I'll do the Jenny. So yeah, I don't know if we talked about. Oh, I think we did talk about that. I don't work at the Memorial Art Gallery anymore, but y'all should still go there because I
It's
still love
awesome.
it 'cause
It's an awesome
And
place.
I'm still taking classes there. I'll be taking 2 classes starting at the end of the month. I'm really excited about it.
Ooh,
2 more
that sounds
printmaking.
awesome.
Yep, 2 more printmaking classes because I love printmaking so much. Yeah, so I got a new job. It is literally right up the street here from myself and Dave, because Dave and I live in the same neighborhood. And it's a local bakery. It's called Jen's Artisan. They make only sourdough. Everything they make is made with sourdough
That
bread.
I did not know.
Their pastries, everything. So, this sort of like, well, you're saying, because sourdough is actually a healthier alternative
Yep.
to the fermentation process, makes it better for your gut health.
My son-in-law does sourdough.
So yeah, it is good. Not only is it better for you, in my opinion, it tastes delicious. I fucking love sourdough.
Oh, I
I've
do
always-
too. I really like sourdough.
and even I'll even eat like the more. She doesn't make so much of the super sourdough, but I'll eat it. Like I'll even eat the super sour.
Oh, you even
stuff.
like the really sourdough
Oh
stuff?
yeah, I love sour. I love sour, but this is more of a moderate one because we live here in America and
Okay.
we don't eat the really crazy strong sourdoughs. But yeah, so everything there is made with sourdough. Everything is made with organic or all natural ingredients. They were making a new custard, I think, and it has lavender in it.
Oh,
There's no
wow.
extracts. They literally had some sprigs of lavender, and he did the magic that you do and turned it into a delicious custard. But there's
Okay,
no,
see, I watch a lot of baking shows. That to me is fascinating. I
it's
love the
fascinating to
chemistry
me.
of baking.
I'm not good at that. I mean, maybe I could be one day, but I'm not good at it now. But that's okay that I'm not good at it because I'm fascinated by the process anyway.
The chemistry of sourdough is fascinating to me as well. So
is.
do they do the different types of bread
Yes,
as well?
they do
Okay.
tons and tons of
Okay.
different types of bread. It's just all of it is made
Is
with sourdough.
Yep. Okay.
So, yeah, we've been eating a lot of bread at my house since I started.
it's really good for you too. I mean, if you're going to eat
If
bread,
I'm going to eat bread,
it's
eat
a
that
good
bread.
way
Yeah,
because it does bring in
Healthy
those things for
Those
you.
good,
Yep.
yeah,
the
the good stuff. The
fermentation
good-
is what's good for you. Yeah, it brings in that yeast that
Does Jen's Artisan make sourdough using whole grain flour? You may have just said this now. I'm actually
Yes.
looking this up.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I've looked at like the stuff in there. There's no like process.
I was going to say what they
anything.
choose to put in is what you want to put in your body.
It is. She's very she's also cool as fuck. And I'm not just saying this because she might eventually listen to the show. She's really cool, and I have a lot of respect for what she does in the community. And I just heard so many people come in within the last, in this week, my first week there, who've said to me, this is the best bakery in Rochester. And
Oh, there's nothing better than fresh bread.
and it's so cool because I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, I have already decided. I already knew this a long time ago that I am not going to be an expert in anything. I am definitely a jack of all trades, master of none, and that's okay. I like learning all kinds of things all over the place. I've actually enjoyed having lots of different jobs,
So
and that's okay.
again, I'm sorry because I really was researching real quick. So did you? I don't know if you said this or not. You're not involved in the making of the bread.
No,
process.
I am a counter person, so I sell the bread, I ring it out, I talk about it. I'm the
You talk about bread.
talk about bread, talk about the different pastries, all
sell
the
you your
yummies. I
bread.
sell bread.
So okay, so from what I really quickly read, very quick, and the websites too were the names were a little on the sketchy. I tried to find the most for real looking name for sites as I could. It does seem like it is better for people with the diabetes, sourdough.
Yes,
And yes,
it's
does-
also because of the type of
the,
bread.
the problem is almost everything I went through really quick used the word may. It may be better. Nothing said bam it is. Every single one said may. So I'm like
May
oh,
what?
Be
may
better.
be better.
Well,
and
nothing.
nothing said is. So I was like, okay, well,
Well, I did. Okay, so this much I know. I don't
I'm
know
parsing the
about the
words on
diabetic
purpose.
part, but I do know
Well-
that the part of it that people who have gluten, not someone with celiac, so not like someone like your aunt, but somebody who just has like, just gets a weak tummy or something from,
No,
someone who just has the sensitivities. They
Sourdough is better. Yeah.
and there was somebody in the store today that was telling me she was so cute. She said usually her husband comes in but he actually told her, he goes, nah, you got to go in there yourself and take a look at this place. She has issues with gluten, and she has been eating their bread and pastries for a while now. And then she came in and she was like, she got a cookie and she got a muffin and she got all this other stuff that she hadn't had before. And that's what she told me. She's like, I have a gluten intolerance, and this is the only bread I've had in Rochester that I can eat. And it made her so happy to finally find a place that had bread that she could eat. And I just think that's so cool. And I just feel like I'm very fortunate. I've worked in like the best gift store in Rochester at one point,
And now you
Parkley.
have a bakery.
I worked in our local art gallery, which is awesome. I mean, it's awesome. It's a great art gallery. And now, in my opinion, I work for the best baker.
so
I'm pretty
Now
fortunate.
now I have a question.
Yeah.
That's about just for my benefit. So the breads that are sold there, do they have any that are like in a store kind of sliced?
No,
Pre-sliced?
They don't do any pre-sliced.
Okay.
No.
That's not a deal breaker for me. I'm just talking about for my usage of bread.
Well, I mean,
I
if
still
you
want to go and eat some of the bread.
You should definitely try some
I'm
bread.
going to.
Even if you just go in there and get a sandwich, you can try the bread or something, so you don't get a whole loaf or not. But you know what's great about the loaves is you can buy a loaf, you just take what you need, and it totally freezes great. You can freeze bread.
I'm not a.
You
I'm not a
pre-slice
strong-
it, then freeze it.
Well, I'm not a good slicer of bread. I can
I
slice
see what
bread.
you mean.
I
I
can
know.
slice bread, but if I'm gonna, I don't slice. My bread slices are not really good for like
I know what you mean.
sandwiches.
Yeah, you're like my husband. He's
Yeah,
a
I'm not
terrible
good at it.
slicer of the bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I'm sure there's some made as seen on TV kind of contraption that helps me slice this bread, but I'm not.
I
good
have
at that.
been. I mean, I'm probably. This is a real. This really is true.
I'm not allowed
have
to use
been.
power tools either, so I think there's a thing here.
I have been using a sharp knife to slice bread since I was like 5 years old because my mom only made homemade bread growing up and she did not pre-slice it. So I had to
I love
learn
my
at
mother,
a
but she hated us and did not do that. I'm just.
no. Your mom's.
I'm
wonderful.
just making a joke.
Well, you know
Well,
what?
but no,
I,
she did give us shit bread, but it wasn't because she didn't like us. I was just.
You know, my husband is always kind of laughed at me, and he was like, because until now, I didn't really give a fuck about bread. I really didn't.
I've never made
And I
bread.
think it's because I
one
grew
thing I
up
haven't tried.
with really good homemade
All right.
bread, and it just wasn't a big deal to me, and it was an
we gotta cut to the
embarrassment.
chase here.
It was awesome.
I'm sorry. No, because I am a little confused of when y'all are open.
Oh,
So when
that's
I can
easy.
get there. Yeah. Well.
That's easy.
All
That's
right.
the easy part.
Hit me because.
Oh, we are open.
In order to buy this bread,
In
you will
order
need to be open for me
Yes,
to buy this bread.
yes. So on Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm sorry, I'm not Mondays and Tuesdays. I'm not thinking here. On Thursdays and Fridays,
No.
they are open 9 to 6, and on Saturday they are open 9 to 2.
Okay.
So they're only open 3 days. But
Okay.
she's looking into getting. We have like a tip jar for oven to get a new oven.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're hoping when she can get a bigger oven, I'm guessing that we'll be able to maybe they can be open another day. Maybe they just have more bread. Like we were out of fresh baked bread by like I don't know noon, maybe even before noon.
Yeah, see, that's a problem. Because the only time I would be able to go like is those weekdays after work. Probably be out of bread then, wouldn't it?
But you can order bread.
somebody
You
that
can
works
order bread
there, though.
online, and yeah, you know someone who works there,
is effort.
and I can
Okay.
just get it for you. So,
that's true.
or you can also
You got an in.
Yeah,
Well,
you do have an in.
I do, but
And then
you
there's
don't even know
also
when you're working. So.
well, not yet. I just
Criticizing.
started. I
I'm
know. I just started. I
saying.
think, yeah.
Hey,
well,
I'm trying to problem solve
Hey,
here.
I'm all about logistics here, and I'm just, I'm the logistic. I can't cut bread for shit, but I got logistics coming out of my ass.
Listen,
so-
I'll figure out how to cut the bread for you. Okay?
right.
I'm a MacGyver over here. I'm
MacGyver the
MacGyver
bread.
stuff over here.
MacGyver bread.
I have a paper clip and some chewing gum. I'm
I'll
going to cut this
figure it
bread.
out.
All right.
Mechanical saw.
All right, MacGruber.
Gruber. That's more my style.
I'd say I'm more
That is
MacGruber.
totally my
Yes,
style.
I'm more MacGruber than that.
Definitely more MacGruber.
Anyway, yeah, I love my new job. It's great. I really like the people I work with are awesome.
Oh, that's so
We have some
awesome.
great customers. I mean, I think the first day I worked, we had like one kind of slightly grumpy guy, but that's retail. You're always going to have that one slightly.
I'm gonna
Oh,
have to
God.
come-
of course,
I'm gonna have
yeah.
to come in and
Yeah,
visit.
yeah.
And you said pastries too, and they have food sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I had a quiche today.
Oh, there's. Oh, I'm sorry. I must have missed it. I'm sorry. There's other things.
Oh yeah,
not
there's
just
pastries and sandwiches and quiches and.
oh my!
Yeah. So the owner, I believe, is at least partially German. A lot of the pastries and stuff are like German inspired pastries and stuff. Everything's so
Well, that'll get my
well. I
wife.
love that because German pastries tend to not be as sweet,
Yes, that makes it good.
and I fucking love them.
Oh, ho, ho.
Well, yeah, like the stuff we had from Sweet Retreats.
was
That
gonna
was not
say.
very sweet.
Not at
no,
all.
those
So
are
it was good.
delicious.
So they're
But
gonna
it
be
wasn't heavy in sugar. I mean, there wasn't.
Yeah, it's just.
So
I
it was
mean, these are
substantial.
maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's still like cinnamon buns and like we had cinnamon buns and honey buns and all that today too. But like the German ones tend to be like they're just not like
My-
the
my-
dough itself is not as sweet.
My grandmother, my German grandmother. That's where I got although she never taught me, but I have her old recipes from baking.
Stop.
She's the one that I use her used to use her recipes for the sticky buns or the pecan rolls, cinnamon rolls, all of that. But she used to put her and in her recipes she would put her sticky buns or her and they would sit overnight on the or not overnight, but they would sit on the fireplace to rise whatever you
As some
put it.
listeners know, I'm not a big fan of cinnamon, but I will roll naked on sticky buns.
Sticky buns,
Yeah,
sticky
but
buns.
yes,
Because
I
it's
will.
pretty yummy.
Well, I just like to roll naked on stuff too.
with the
Yeah, there's that.
yeah, there's that.
with
There's
those
that.
pecans. Oh,
Yeah, they kind of get in my.
Getting your stuff.
Yeah, there's in the,
Getting the things.
creases, the wedges. So, try not to.
are you a pecan pie guy?
Not to roll around naked.
No,
but
not. But the
I'll
sticky
eat it.
buns.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I'll
Sticky
eat
buns.
it.
Oh,
Sticky
Pecan
buns,
pie's
all
not
that.
my favorite, but I'll eat it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I won't say no to it.
I'm a sticky bun, but not a pecan pie as much. But sticky bun, yeah.
Oh no, I'll eat a sticky bun
Sticky bun's just. Am I wrong? A sticky bun's just like cinnamon roll without the cinnamon.
with some. Yeah, with
Yeah.
like a little bit of usually like
Yeah,
honey.
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
And because I really am not a fan of cinnamon, but
Yeah, we had
that's just
we
take
had
the cinnamon out and it's just sticky bun.
yeah we had like honey buns that had I think it had like almonds I think on it or pistachios.
That's
or
all I'm
something on it.
saying.
Yeah.
See, I like
better.
almond better. Anything with an almond. Almonds are better. So much better.
Yeah.
My mother has started to she created her own tradition now every year for the holiday, the gift giving holiday. For some reason, both my wife and I get our own separate bags of shelled pistachios.
That's amazing.
Interesting. Oh, love me some.
Well, the thing
pistachios.
is,
Love
I mean,
those.
but I just really hate unshelling them. It's really annoying to me.
But that's the fun part.
no, there's no.
See, for my
just give me
ADHD, that
no.
gives me something to do. Oh
No,
my
I
god,
just
I
want
gotta
the
work
fucking
for my
pistachio.
food.
No, I'm not working.
Oh, absolutely.
I
Otherwise, I'll eat too many.
I like kind of playing with it too.
I
know
do.
what you're saying.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
I'll
This
I
is
eat
like
too
not.
many.
Look, I'm not a serf. I don't
And then
work
you
in the
gotta
fields
learn
for this.
You ever
for the Lord.
put them in, try and do them
Oh,
by your,
I know
just
exactly
without
how to
your
bite.
hands? Like,
Oh, I know
how
how
long
to-
will it take me?
No. So anyway, so
And then, how far can I throw them?
I mean,
I-
I'll eat the unshelled ones, but the shelled ones are fun.
I've
No,
put
I-
bowls like. Can I?
no. See, and then there you got to have a bowl, a separate bowl. No, this is
A
it.
game, you turn it.
No,
I
no,
spent
no.
a lot of time alone lately. No, I'm just kidding.
I just want the fucking pistachios.
I just want.
Do you remember
pistachios
the
in
day
my
when they
mouth.
used to be red? The shells used to be red.
Wait, was that wasn't natural, was it?
No, they
No.
did that on purpose.
Yeah, that's just-
I forgot the reason. There was a reason why, and it was
to
not
kill
a good
us because
reason.
it's red dye. So
I don't remember that at all.
So now I have these
Yeah, they used
two
to be
ba- and
red.
I was actually knowing I didn't know about you, but I know you like I was going to bring them up here, but they make so much fucking
Love
noise
them.
that
Yes.
I'm like, no, I'm not doing that with.
That's
microphones.
also satisfying.
Okay, but not on a.
Oh yeah,
Not
yeah.
on a
True,
podcast.
true. Absolutely,
'Cause
absolutely.
we did that. I used to
And
have
after-
food
yeah, saying
all the
after
time,
before, yeah.
and then I said because I would when we would do shows on Saturdays, I would go to the public market in the morning, and then we'd be like veggies, and people were like crunching, and I'm like, okay, we can't do this. This
I
is
mean, it
just
was
not-
very nice of you. It was very thoughtful.
I mean, I liked
very
it too,
thoughtful.
but then I realized, okay, this is
no, like we're
The
the
people.
listeners'
crunch.
experience.
I know we're like
is
we're like crunching over here.
yeah,
We're still
right. It's
here.
like, this is not working.
not
out.
as much fun. Yeah.
Jello. Maybe I'll bring Jello.
There you you go.
Yeah.
Although,
There's always room for Jell-O.
yeah. Oh, well, I could. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't like slurping.
I'm not going to
sounds.
go there. Never mind.
You don't like
Yeah.
what?
I don't want the slurping sounds.
I was going to say, you ever had Jello shots? You know, you ever eat?
Oh, of course I
You
got
ever do
Jell-O
a
shots.
Jello shot?
My daughter used
erotically.
to make them. I used
Sorry,
Yeah.
take them out with just your tongue.
I used to-
Probably.
I used to.
Oh, I think that's usually how I do it.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
be quite sensual.
I mean, not when she was a child, but
What?
I used to. I've had my daughter do some interesting things for me.
She's
You-
like say like
Like
funny
she's
things.
been
that,
on the
that
show.
came on the heels of, did you ever do a Jello shot
I know.
sensually? And
Yeah.
then you said that.
Dude, she's done bits where
Bits.
she's talking
We're
about
talking
my
about
first
vibrators. I know,
and-
Right? Oh, I am so sorry.
No,
It was funny. I was here. She
Yeah.
did it. It was hilarious.
she's
it was funny.
She was one of the ones that was in
Yeah.
the the one I still think is.
I mean, she's an actress. She has a great voice.
You
for
are
it.
all
Yeah.
hilarious. The one with the not Chopped. We did the fate. So I came up with this idea of, instead of like the Food Network, it would be the Sex Network, and they're the same kind of shows.
And she just
so there was
does
one.
it?
There was like an elimination thing. I can't remember what the hell it's called. I'd have to look it up. In fact, that'll be the bit I'll play at the end of this.
Okay.
But the one where you guys were doing were like I don't think he knows where his dick is. That
Oh,
that
one.
kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah.
And she's doing the lines like, this is, I'm asking my dad, here's the script, and she's only turned me down once, and it had nothing to do with sex. It was
violent.
She had to stab a guy.
Yeah, it was something violent. She wasn't
it was
okay with
whatever, tax assassins. She
that. Oh,
would.
yeah. She wouldn't do that one.
The concept was, you know how there's all these commercials, particularly on radio, of like, if you owe the IRS money, they'll help you through it. So my thing was like, tie it to the government, and it's like, all you got to do is perform these assassinations that the government was going to do anyway, and they'll forgive your taxes. So she was going to
shit.
talk about going somewhere and stabbing a guy, and
And
she's
she's
like,
I can't do
yeah,
that.
I can't do this one. I'm like, you know, it's not for real. She's, I know, I just can't.
just
She'll
not.
talk
doing-
about vibrators.
Yeah, she'll talk about vibrators, no problem.
But that one,
No.
that was
Well,
that was the
that's-
line for her.
That's sex.
Yeah,
It's
that
not
line-
violence.
Yeah,
Here's
that
mine.
was pretty. I just thought
Yep.
it was funny. I mean, and then there's been times not on the podcast where I'm like, "Hey, do me a favor. Would you make Jello shots for me?" So, do you have the booze? Yeah. It's like I'm asking my kid, and you know, she might have been 21, but maybe not yet. But whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, you know.
Man, that was so weird. The one time we went out to the place up the street,
Yeah.
and she came with us, and I was sitting there drinking a beer with her or
Oh,
whatever
yeah,
she was
yeah,
drinking.
was-
I was like, this is so weird. This is so weird. Like I've known her since she was
Well,
still
it's
like early high
interesting.
school, so I was like, this is so weird.
Well, try having your daughter pick you up from happy hour when you're hammered and you can't drive home. Her and her friends when she gets her license, and it's 4:00 in the afternoon. No, let me
pretty
rephrase that. It was 5:30. Give
Okay.
yourself
I
a
am
little bit
girl
better.
not judging.
You were modeling appropriate behavior. You
Yeah.
knew you had too much to
Okay.
say, and so on the way home, you go, "This is what you do."
And I'm in the front seat going, Amanda, the headlights are coming at us. They're coming at us. And she's laughing. And then her friends in the back say, I never heard the end of that one.
That's pretty
Oh,
funny,
my
man.
God.
Oh no,
That's
I
so
would have.
awesome.
No, if you were my mom, I would have kept talking about it too.
Oh, no, she didn't. She was mortified. Her friends, I never heard the end of that. I still never hear the end of it.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
No, I would have.
Okay,
talked
okay.
about it
It
forever.
really was 4:30, but whatever. I was
Again,
I was
not-
the
still
I was
not
the happy
judging.
hour queen.
I'm
All
not
right.
judging.
Am I telling?
We were
this-
math
Am I
teachers.
telling
What can
the
I
story
say?
again?
You tell whatever story you want, dude.
But I mean, I think we've told it on the show. But did you hear about the story when we moved into the house?
Did things fall out of a box?
Yeah. Okay, we told you. All
No,
right.
I don't know all of it. I just heard part
Yeah.
of it, and then you said we'll share it on the show, and then it never came.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, if you've heard this before, it's all right. I'm going to tell it again. So when we moved in here, obviously it's a house with 3 stories and all that jazz, and it was a big, huge van. And we didn't hire anybody. We just some of our bestest friends, and actually a couple of people I don't think I've seen since, to be honest with you, which is weird.
Was Cheese here?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, I'm
yeah,
like Cheese better been
No,
here.
Cheese is the one who well, he's involved in the story.
Oh, I love that.
So there was and we would actually take turns, like who would be in the moving truck, like moving stuff towards the front, and we had a good number of people, and some of the people were Julia's friends who were in high school at the time.
Okay.
Let's say 10th grade, 11th grade ish, probably
Okay.
10th, somewhere in there. And so we got to this nightstand with drawers that had the special drawer. Now, look, I know what
And
I'm
you guys
doing.
had lived together before.
I have moved.
had already lived together.
No.
But you
No,
were
we had
dating
not.
for a while.
Yeah, but we knew. Don't worry, I contributed to this. I knew about the special. I
You
was
were engaged by the time
Yes,
you guys bought.
You
I
were
was-
already engaged.
Yeah, you're already engaged.
I
It's
was-
not like, okay.
I
Yep,
taped
yep.
the special drawer so nothing would happen to the special drawer.
Gotcha.
But apparently, this fucking nightstand had this weird ass thing. I guess the drawer doesn't go all the way to the back, so there's this space where things could jump out of the special drawer and go out and come out onto the floor. Which who knew, right? So I go and things that I'm moving stuff around, and I look on the floor of the moving truck, and there are 2 special items from the
boy.
special drawer. On the
Oh,
floor.
fun.
So I pick them up and I'm holding them in my hands, and then I turn around to the front and I look, and there are 2 of Julia's friends from high school right there, and it's like that. It takes the time froze. Time. It's felt like a
Yep,
half an
yep,
hour,
yep.
and I'm like double fisted, right?
Damn.
And they're like, look, and
Wait,
like,
were they dicks?
of course.
Okay, I'm
What else
assuming
would
that.
they-
Damn.
Well, I don't know. They could have been
No,
something for you.
Give me a
No.
minute. Did you turn around and say, just 5 more minutes, guys? 5 more minutes. All I need.
No. I'm telling you. So I'm like, and like, just our eyes are locked.
Damn.
And my eyeballs must have been like as large as like
Oh my
you know.
God.
And I'm like this, and I was like, and then Mike came up, and I was like, and I'm scrambling, and I put stuff back in the special drawer, and I go, Mike, here, this is for you. Take care of this. It's the special drawer.
Jesus.
And Mike, it was funny.
He understood the assignment.
Not only did he understand the assignment, but he kind of overplayed it a little bit on purpose. He goes, "Okay, I got it." Like he's really kind of like talking
Jesus.
like
Oh my
it's like
God, he's
Mission
so cute.
Impossible.
He's
Like
so
it's Mission
cute.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Right. He's like, "Okay, I got this.
I got it. Special
I'm
drawer.
like,
I got it.
Mike, second floor, bedroom on the right." And he's like, "I got it." And he's, "I got this. I got
I got
you."
2
can-
more
Oh my
dicks right
God.
here.
yeah, he's like, "You can trust me with this." He didn't say it that way, but that was the tone of his voice. I got him here for you, man.
Oh my God.
And nobody said anything. Like the kids never
'cause
said
the kids-
anything.
what are they gonna
Did
say?
Julia ever mention it to you, or did you
No.
ever talk about it ever?
No,
did
I
you talk to Julia about it
What?
afterward?
Oh yeah, after.
Oh, okay.
my God,
Afterwards
of course
probably
I
You
know.
must have. We're
hilarious.
talking about it now, so
Oh,
she clearly is.
It's family lore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's,
yeah.
it's
Oh my
funny.
God.
we laugh about shit. We're not gonna I'm not gonna go, "Hey girls, come, let's talk about the 2 dildos I had in my hand." I'm not, because then CPS gets called and the authorities. I'm not. Yeah, right.
We're not gonna be that weird.
No, that's not.
But that's
Well, you do know my ex-husband's
sit on Uncle Dave's
retirement
lap.
party. We had we had it at the gay bar, and he was a police
Which gay bar?
police officer, the one that was on Broadway, and
I don't know what's.
it's now called Alex.
It's
it was
not even that anymore.
It was I don't know that it was Nasty D's at one point.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Nasty
It was
D's at the time?
Nasty D's at the
Okay.
time, because the co-owner retired at the time.
Oh, okay.
He was McNamara. He was also a Grease police officer, and so we had a couple of drag queens there at the time.
Fantastic.
D'Ambrosia.
Yep.
Or Ambrosia Salad.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I can't think of another. But my daughters were there as well. But there were some people in my ex-husband's family that were like, they just couldn't believe that we were having his retirement party there. They were just like beside themselves.
I fucking love that you had a policeman's retirement party at a
Oh, it was awesome.
at a gay bar.
That was
and
awesome.
You're
That
not
was
even
awesome.
gay, or he's
Oh no, yeah, it was
he's
awesome.
not gay, right?
No.
Okay,
My
or I
ex-husband?
mean, even bi or anything.
My ex-husband?
Yeah.
Oh no, not at all. No.
So he
No, they were friends because they both
But
worked
they were
in
good
Grease
friends.
Police Officer. Yeah, they were both friends. But
fucking hilarious.
he was
I
a
love that.
co-owner of
Nasty
Nasty
D's.
D's. Yeah,
Was he gay?
the co-owner of Nasty D's.
Yeah.
Yeah, he and his
Well,
partner
sure,
owned the
sure.
bar.
That's kind of cheesy if you're straight and you own a gay bar.
Yeah,
That's a little cheesy.
he's actually still
I actually
good.
know somebody who did, but
Okay,
my-
look, I'm not saying
Well,
they're
he was
the
a
worst.
co-owner.
I'm
Well,
not saying
my
they're the worst
ex-husband
people on
is
earth.
still good
Yeah.
friends with him.
Oh, nice.
He still visits he and his partner down in Florida. And yeah, so
I'm not saying you're the
Oh, that's
worst
great.
person on earth. It's just a little.
But that same
Yeah.
guy who owned Nasty D's, he was actually on Oprah as one of the first people that had come out as a sergeant. I believe, was he a sergeant at the time? I'm not sure exactly. In a police department, openly gay. I mean, he took a lot of crap
wow, that's
being
a-
openly gay.
wow, and he was a sergeant even.
Yeah,
Because my
Tim
my
was one of
former,
his, my ex-husband was one of his few friends.
my former boss at Parkley, his
we went-
husband is retired RPD and obviously also gay.
Yep.
I mean, I know everybody knew he was gay, but I thought that
It wasn't-
I've known a couple lesbian cops, but I mean, I've actually known
It wasn't
probably-
easy for him.
I'm
From
sure
what
it
I
was not easy
understand,
for
I don't know
anybody.
exactly, so I don't want to speak about too much. But a friend of mine that I worked with, one of the teachers, who was also gay, but he wasn't open at work necessarily. But we would go to Nasty D's. So my ex-husband and I would go, and he would sit at the end of the bar, and he would watch our purses. While
Aw,
we
that's a good
would, and he
ex-husband.
would talk to the bartender who was straight because they would make awesome tips. Apparently,
Yeah.
yeah. And my ex-husband had no issues whatsoever. He never had an issue. It didn't bother him whatsoever. He had no problem at all.
That's cool.
Damn. You know what song stuck in my head now?
What?
Thanks to this conversation?
What's that?
Electric Six, Gay Bar. Which is
one. That's a good
the
one.
best video ever.
Going to a gay bar.
Yeah,
gay bar. That one.
that is the best video.
But the best
ever.
comments we got was from his, I think it was his brother-in-law. Both of his brother-in-laws were like, "We're not going in that fucking bathroom again, man." At Nasty D's, they were freaked out by the gay men. Freaked out by them.
Okay.
I mean, I only went to the
the
ladies' bathroom.
Just
so.
a public service message here. Gay people pee too.
I know, right?
But that also do other things.
And I wanted to
sometimes in
say,
the bathroom.
dude,
Well, sometimes.
I wanted to.
Whatever,
I wish I'd known it. I
Some-
wish I known it at the time, but I wanted to be like, guys, they're not into you. Don't worry. Like,
Unless you're in a like really cute in a uniform, maybe
no, I meant
handcuff me.
No, I meant his brother-in-laws, like my ex-husband's family.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, you can't.
They didn't want to.
No,
it
then,
was
like
just-
you're not even interesting to them. Trust me.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You're not interesting enough.
exactly. Like they
These
didn't want
guys
to
will
come.
be
Like,
into you. No
seriously, you
worries.
can't just support your family. Like, come on. And we were upstairs. Like ours
Oh,
was
that's not.
upstairs.
Oh, yeah, that's not even.
But you had to go
like-
downstairs to use the bathroom.
Right.
And they just were like, no.
It's funny.
Well, then hold it. What can I
Right?
tell you?
Like,
You're-
go outside
Well,
and pee.
actually, that's what I wanted to say, but
That sounds like a you problem.
me problem.
I actually said that to a kid, to a student this week. I was like, he was like whining about something. I was like, that sounds like a you problem. And it actually shut him up. No, in a good way.
No, but I'm
Yeah.
like,
You know what?
surprised. Well, I mean, you weren't being disrespectful. You were
No.
saying it's a you problem. That is
Yeah.
your problem. This is not. This is
yeah.
not a problem for anyone
Yeah.
else.
I actually had a middle schooler understand the reference, "You're killing me, Smalls." I was
Really?
shocked. Yeah.
It does happen. Yeah.
However, I probably shouldn't use that at a mental hospital.
Probably not.
Probably
My
not.
son finally understood. Oh shit! No, I just forgot it. Never mind.
Okay.
About it later.
So, can I tell you about something that I did today?
Tell us.
I will. Most Saturdays, not every Saturday, most Saturdays, I do tend to spend a little bit of time at the Greenovation. And we've talked about that place before, but in case
love
you're a new listener, Greenovation is a not-for-profit group that I'm now on the board, and the main goal of the organization is to keep shit out of landfills. And they do that by they rent this ginormous warehouse space, and
They sell shit.
And they sell shit. People donate it, and people sell shit.
I saw Kim actually Thursday briefly.
And so I was in there, and I am, and we talked about this. It is now. It's not there's no official anything there, but it just turns out I'm basically the CD guy.
The CD guy.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because I've gone through all of them.
No, that's
'Cause
really
when,
helpful.
When we moved into this current building, this is like the third building they've been in.
Oh yeah, it is.
There was an amazing amount of the CDs, but because douchebags would go in and just take the CDs and leave empty jewel cases there, I was going through all of them and
They're
make
so fucking ridiculous at a place like that. Like,
yeah,
I mean, what is that?
whatever.
A buck maybe?
People do
for a CD.
whatever. So I would go and take care of the empty ones, and then the ones that still had CDs in them, which was most of them, but we would tape them up. Right, that's all, and it's still you could still steal it if you really had to, but it's just one little thing.
It just seems so strange to me to steal a CD.
So
Right?
especially when you could just fucking download it online,
Right.
you dumbass.
And it's they're cheap.
Yeah. So
It's $1.
So anyway, so
Right?
I was there so now on Saturdays I go, and I also need to talk about Kim because at some point, well, not some point,
Because
in
she's
April,
amazing and I
we're-
adore her.
Well, there's that too, but she's also so busy you can't really have a conversation with her. It's like snippets.
It
all
was
the time.
like I saw her briefly on Saturday on Thursday. I was like, hi.
Yeah,
It was
there's
about like
there's no having a long conversation with Kim because she's always dealing with everybody.
Stuff.
Yes. So but I wanted to quick kind of touch base with her because Earth Day is in April and we do things there, and usually things that have to do with the music and the stage and all that jazz goes on me now.
Mm-hmm.
So just a quick thing there, and then I was checking and I ended up doing a lot more work
that.
there.
That's right. They have a great stage there.
Yeah, well, not anymore. Well, they do, but it's not great because it's filled with junk.
It was great.
Well, actually, there are RCs, but that's where the DVDs are, the VHS
I
stuff.
have a DVD player.
And there's also furniture up there too. So it was like, Jesus. So I kind of was like, and we had volunteers from a local college there at the time. And I'm like, hey, if you need stuff for them to do, Earth Day's coming up and the stage needs. She's like, I know. Too soon. We're going to get to it too soon. I was like, all right. So I was messing around. So I was reorganizing some CDs and trying to free up more space, and also messing with DVDs because in the last week people bring shit in and it just gets thrown. So, oh look, DVDs, VHS, it goes up on this place in the stage and it all messes up the system. So I'm cleaning up where stuff got put away, and I'm noticing there are different types of DVDs and the Blu-ray. A handful. Also, I'm sorry, but I'm about to do a visual. A pile when I got done, about let's say this high. What's this?
I'm gonna go like
Foot and a half.
18
Yeah,
inches,
foot and a half.
20
Foot and a half.
Yeah.
Of mostly DVD, Blu-ray type things. How am I gonna say this? Well, let me start general and I'll narrow it down. Religious, Christian, and mostly
So religious is
mostly
not-
Islamophobic. Right.
Ew.
Right. Ew. Right. So I
Wait,
was,
there's CDs that are like
DVDs.
that
Yeah.
are like, what is something that's Islamophobic? I don't know what that
They
would
like
mean.
put that on something.
I
Like,
got it's a Christian thing. Some Christian network. They have their own media stuff, like Pat Robertson and Billy Graham.
Oh, that's what you're talking. I'm like,
Well,
I'm trying
I
to
don't-
think, like,
but-
what would be
but,
like,
like-
a Islamophobic like?
Is
I'm like,
what one was titled "Is Islam really into peace?" Right,
yeah.
like,
Okay,
and it was
gotcha.
total bullshit propaganda. Islam.
Right, okay, I understand
So I
that,
just
yeah.
made a big pile as I was going through and separating and stuff, and I put them in a bag, and I'm getting ready to leave. As I was getting ready to leave, I just said to Kim, I said, "Hey, taking these," and Kim doesn't care. I'm
Right,
like,
of
"Hey,
course.
just letting you know, taking these with me. Found some Islamophobic stuff." She was like what? And I pulled the one out. And she was like, "Ooh, yeah, okay, yeah, you can take." I'm like, I took everything before y'all got here. I was sitting downstairs, and I broke everything down. I took all the inserts out. That was paper. That went in recycling. I took all the plastic, made that into a pile. I took the DVDs and stuff, and there's a pile. I'm working on this project. I'm taking CDs and DVDs that are like scratched up
Right,
and
that you're
whatever,
not gonna-
and
that
I'm
are
turning
no
it
use.
into a lamp.
oh.
There's actually one, and I just saw
I've
it.
seen pictures of lamps made with
Is that
CDs.
is that a plastic idea you're coming up with?
Well, I didn't come up with it. I found it on the internet.
No, I've seen pictures
and,
of
and
that.
the problem
That's
is,
a great idea.
so if I take the CDs and I make a stack of them, you put like an LED strip inside, and it's supposed to light from the inside, and it's supposed to illuminate. So I was at the dollar store, $1.25 store,
Oh, okay, yeah.
which whatever.
because it is
It's $1.25 now. And they have this LED
The inflation
strip.
dollar store.
And I thought about this, and I noticed that all of these LED strips are, quote, USB powered. So if you're going to do it, it's got to be near a computer, which I hadn't thought of. So I'm thinking this one strip at the $1.25 store was 5 feet long, and it has to plug into a USB thing. So now I'm thinking, is that 5 feet?
wait, you could
is
do
that
that.
5
Oh,
feet?
yeah.
That's not 5 feet, though, is it? That's not. That's short. Sorry, this is
That's
so
not
visual.
5 full feet.
Yeah, that's not 5 feet. So I'll have to go on the eBay and find a strip of lights
The
that's
eBay.
shorter. Right.
Is that
But
like
that's-
the 590?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like the Facebook. Yeah, absolutely. So like all those CDs that are just sitting out on the counter on the shelf there, that's the project. I'm trying to get a stack full of CDs. I want to make a lamp out of it.
Man, I wish I had some CDs I could just give you.
No,
But
dude,
you're gonna get it. You're gonna
You
get
can
them.
make a
get them.
CD Christmas tree for next year. There
I
you
don't know
go.
if I'm that resourceful.
Hey.
This is
You got a year to do it.
This is a stack. There's no 3D-ness to this. This
You
is
got
just
a year.
Stack
up and
it.
down. Yeah.
Yep, light
This-
in the middle.
Even-
boom.
Find
even-
it.
even I can
There's
do
enough
this.
propaganda CDs out there. I'm sure we can
Even
get
I
a
So you
can
just
Christmas
like
tree out
you
of it.
just like glue them together and then put a
No.
strip. You don't
So
even glue 'em?
okay, so this is what you do. So there's and I have to find this. Myers probably won't have this. Our local Ace hardware store. I'll probably have to go to the Lowe's. Probably. And there's a really thick kind of wire that when you bend it, it stays.
Oh yeah,
Kind of,
yeah.
but not like thin stuff. It's got to be either
No, I know
hold
what
that kind
I know
of
what
weight.
you're talking about.
So probably maybe even rubber coated, maybe. So that's what holds it together, and then you just put the CDs through it on there, so it stacks up.
Gotcha.
And then the bottom, you have either if you can do a knot or some kind of thing, so they don't obviously slip out. And then through that, once you'll be able to hold it at the top, you'll have like a rope full of CDs, and then you just slip that LED strip down in there, and when it lights up, it'll illuminate through the CD.
That's cool.
Yeah, I know. I got it
That's
off the
fun.
internet. That
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
me. I'm not that crafty to figure that out. That shit, dude. I got that from YouTube.
Oh, I thought it was because I've seen some that are more like it's not a stacking thing. It's seeing them on up out.
Like shapes and
Like shapes
Yeah,
and-
no,
yeah, yeah.
ain't nobody got time for that. At least no. Let me put it this way.
Some people do.
Some people do.
Not
This
you.
person
I
does not.
might.
No.
No, you and I might have time
kinda
for
more
that.
like-
If
but-
you
I'm
want me
really
to,
into
if
this
you want me
kinda.
to save the CDs
Yeah, I
for
don't
you,
have
I told.
time.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Damn it.
Just
What am I thinking about?
Well, I'm not
that
ready to
stupid
do
other
this
job.
anyway. I'm still
Dang it.
collecting the CDs. So
Like I got this stupid job. I don't have
So
time.
this is going to be cool because I'm actually using like bullshit propaganda CDs to make.
I know.
to
I'm
create live-
loving
love
that.
that.
I know. Me too.
bullshit propaganda CDs to great art.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
And you could
Can't
Dang,
hate on that.
That is awesome.
and I
Turning
guess
hate into something you
you
love.
know-
Awesome to make it into a Christmas tree. Wouldn't that be awesome? A bullshit Islamic bullshit into a Christmas tree would be awesome.
so.
What a way to turn that around.
Combined into that, and I have talked
funny.
to, I have talked to him who we just mentioned.
Ironic. Would that be a definition of irony? Irony?
Something we have talked about on the show, and I know we've talked about it off the show as well.
I think
that,
Jesus would like that.
that crazy idea that I got during the pandemic that I found again on the internet. And usually it's like one of those drunk things you do with your friends and like, hey, we should start a band or we should open a bar.
We should open a bar.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
how many times have we talked about that?
Oh my!
one?
Oh no!
So many times.
Me, Cheese, and Eric.
Yeah.
Porn bar.
Porn bar.
Porn bar.
Wait,
That
what?
was our thing. Porn bar.
Have a porn bar?
Yeah.
Or go to a porn bar?
No, have one.
Have one. Have a bar.
There'd be a bar and there'd be instead of sports on this
It'd be
TV.
porn.
It'd be porn.
You.
But whatever.
I mean, it
it was a
something to talk
drunk. It
about.
was a drunk thing.
Drunk talking.
No, all I can. I mean, sounds good, but who never mind.
Vertex used to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They used to. Well, they used to do.
How long did it last?
I mean, this was like the 90s.
Okay.
So I'm guessing maybe that's why this was definitely
Well, in the
before
90s
my
My
definitely-
first thought
this is before
is
my
no
son
offense.
was born.
No offense.
In the '90s was like when we came up with this idea. It wasn't like last
Probably,
Thursday.
yeah, it was like-
yeah,
No
that-
offense, but think about what it's going to bring in. Great. Then you get the crazy person that takes it to the nth degree, and who gets attacked.
Well, it's not even, it was more like we had to make sure like the tables had like rubber tablecloths.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. There was. Oh, dude, we were drinking a lot those days.
Yeah, there
that
was a
was
lot of-
that was like we'd start at happy hour. And it'd be like 9 o'clock at night after like 7 million pitchers. Like, hey,
You know, it'd be
it'd be
great.
great. No, that was totally yeah.
Oh, I never did tell you guys how you do quick draw shots, right?
Okay, let me finish this and then we can go to quick draw shots. All right. So the idea from the pandemic was this, and this isn't, again, not my idea, was how you can do your DIY recycling plastic. How
Okay.
you take plastic, you grind it up. Now you need the machinery. And the DIY part was they actually had the schematics where if you were mechanical, you could make the machines yourself. Not me, but they also had a community like online bulletin boards and that sort of stuff where people
Yeah, I
would
remember
make them
those.
and you could buy them.
Yeah, I remember us talking
Right.
about that.
So, and this idea has not left my head. So it's not like the porn bar thing. It's not like, hey, we should start a band. It just won't leave my head. I see plastic and I'm thinking, oh man.
No, I think it's still a good idea.
So I went I didn't bring it to the rest of the board. I went to Kim and said, hey, what do you think if part of our mission is to keep stuff out of landfills, we come up with the idea, and I gave her the thing about the machinery, and then we can decide what to make out of the recycled plastic that would be useful to
People would
repurpose
actually
it.
want to buy that's interesting.
Yeah,
or
that-
whatever.
Buy or whatever.
Or
Just
donate for
whatever.
something. Yeah.
So she's like, yes, awesome idea. So I'm in the middle of a campaign running for city council. So my thing was, all right, next year, well, technically now it's this year. I talked to her last year about this. Next year in 2025, our Christmas party, which is also a board meeting, I will have a presentation ready to take to the board and say, do you want to do this as part of our as a part of our nonprofit? We will not only sell shit, but we will take in plastic and work to recycle it. And that's going to mean we're going to need space to do it. We're going to need the, a place for
You
ventilation.
have a whole warehouse. Well, I mean, it's not as simple as that, but
It's
I mean,
not,
there is a
especially the
warehouse.
landlord's a little on the
Yeah, I know. I know.
shitty side. So, right, so
Like we don't have to talk about it.
yeah, we don't talk about that. So, but anyway, she's like, I'm totally on board. And she understands like where I am with the campaign. So I'm like, all right. So if this happens where once again, no non-Democrat wins, that would mean me. That's going to be my next thing. That is
You
my
got to
next
come
big
up
thing.
with what to make, right?
Well, we'd have to brainstorm. I still don't know what to make with it
Right.
because I want it to be something useful. My first
Keywords.
thought was planters because it's gardening kind of thing, but I don't have enough research. I haven't been able to do it in terms of leaching of plastics. So, because I want to recycle all plastic and some of it is shitty.
Yep.
So, okay, I don't want to do something that has to do with food or gardens. At least, so
but a planter. I mean, that does have to do with food, though.
that's what I'm saying. So we can't. I don't think we should do that. There are.
I mean, it's a great idea, though.
I have seen stuff online where you make huge, and I'm using this word on purpose, you make huge Lego-y type things that you can build structures out of. Could
For
be a
housing?
shed. I don't know if it'd be enough for housing. Again, I'm still
Not necessarily like
I'm still worried about leaching and like
not necessarily
aromas. What's the word I'm looking
housing.
for?
Yeah,
Not
maybe
aromas.
housing isn't the right word. Maybe
well, leaching. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Well, but like leaching into soil, but there's also
Well,
in
like
the air.
chemicals and
Yeah.
yeah, all that stuff.
Right. So I mean, so I don't know, but I don't know. I have to do the research. So anyway, if I don't win city council, if I don't win a seat on city council,
That's not going to happen.
well, that's fine. But if I don't,
I'm saying.
that's
I just
my
want to
next thing.
say it now, just so I can say it. It's not happening. Dave's totally giving me the city council.
Well, we'll talk about that. I did have my first meeting with the media consultant since
And?
we've done our show.
Nope.
No, it was
Nope.
great. It was
Good,
great.
good,
Well,
good.
I already know her. She's the
Okay.
fucking awesome. She's
fucking awesome.
Fucking
she's
awesome.
So, I'm gonna
Just the
do this.
best.
She is.
That's awesome.
She is. I've known her since she was much younger and was an intern at a local news outlet.
Do I know this person?
I don't know. And then I'll tell you off there because I don't know if she wants me to say her name.
Okay.
And then she became a reporter for that news outlet and was like, "Holy shit, this really sucks. I'm going to try and change it." So she became a media consultant. And she has her own business and it's national. She is local, but she
her
does
business is
national.
national? Oh, that's
she
so great for her.
travels and does all this
Oh,
shit national, but
that's fucking
she's
awesome.
out of here. And well, I'm not saying her name, so I will
Mm-hmm.
say this. She has been a Green since I've known her.
That's awesome.
And she's totally down with it. I think she is kind of helping some other people, but whatever. Money's
That's all
money.
right, but she's a green, and
No,
so
no,
she
but
knows
she's
what
doing-
you know where her real like
Yes, I do.
where she really
Yeah,
lies
yeah.
with that.
But she's actually kind of working also for people I'm running against.
All right.
It is what it is.
I mean, yeah,
People have
it
to pay
kind
the
of
bills.
is.
I
You
know,
have to pay the bills. Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
I'm not dissing her for it. I understand. I'm not saying I mean,
But
it's
since
not
she's
like
a green,
she's
probably
working.
going to tell you the best stuff.
I'm sure. It's not like she's working for the really
somebody?
crappy people.
Right.
She's not working for crappy people. I know who she's. I know she's dropped
you know
the
which Dems she's working
It's
for. and they're
people
not
you
the
know
worst.
too.
I know.
It's
I
you know who
that
I'm
I
talking about.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it's not like the really crappy ones, but still. All right. Anyway, my point
anyway,
is,
that's pretty cool though.
yeah. So I'm running to win and all that jazz. I just got to be in the top 5. There's 5 seats open. But if not, that is the next thing. I'm already ready. And once I get the results of the election and I find out if I'm not in the top 5, next day, literally,
Boom.
bam, I'm getting to start. I'm going to recycle plastic with Green Innovation.
Very nice.
And
Yeah.
if you do win,
And if I do win,
can
it's just
talk
going to have
about
to be
it.
on hold.
Right. You can talk about
Because that's
it.
going to be some serious ass work. That is
Right.
my next big thing.
Yeah. But you can talk about it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you can chat about it a lot.
Absolutely. Well, it'd be nice if somehow I used my influence and maybe even literally money, which is something I don't know if I want to talk about. Apparently, city council members have I think she called it line item funds. I think that's what she called it. A city council person who I was sitting next to when she said this. That city council members can just do whatever they want with it. They can give it to whatever group they want. They can spend it on whatever.
Yeah, Greenovation.
Well, I could work for funding to start a co-op to do this. It can be Greenovation, but it could be its own thing.
Like its own thing. Yeah.
It could be worker-owned for-profit.
That's so exciting.
Well, it is, but I
That's
got to
an
win to
exciting
get
idea.
that.
I
to
know.
get that
It's
cash
just
money.
it's such an exciting idea, though.
Well,
Wow.
but that's one of my city council things anyway. Is the economic development money we use now? Oh crap! I was not expecting to do this. The economic development money that we use now, rather than going to fucking developers and people who already have a lot of money,
Yeah.
use it to help to start worker-owned cooperatives for shit we actually need.
Right.
Yeah.
Recycling plastic. The famous one that I won't say everyone that people tend to know about in the U.S. is in Cleveland, Evergreen, that started a laundry service that serves hospitals, prisons, stuff like that. Totally cooperative, worker owned.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know about them. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm not gonna.
Anyway,
For another,
it's so cool.
Oh
We
my
love it.
God, we're over an hour.
Dang,
Stop it.
that went fast.
I know.
Well, there's three. When there's three of us here, it definitely goes by faster.
It does.
Man, I mean, get to talk about. Okay, well, real quick. By the way, the ceasefire is bullshit, but you can read about that on your own. Okay, that was
Okay.
it.
Wait,
Bullshit
we'll
ceasefire.
find out about that for sure tomorrow, right? It's supposed to go into effect tomorrow.
Well, let me. Yeah, okay. We'll put air quotes on effect. Look, Israel. There's a ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon right now, and yet in my news feed and international news agencies, they're talking about how Israel's bombing South Lebanon almost every fucking day. So, but there's a ceasefire. That's the ceasefire you're gonna get.
Whatever.
Right. That's it. I'm putting air
Just
quotes
like
on
the
this.
United States isn't involved in any countries politically or whatever, right? We don't do anything anywhere.
I don't
right?
think anybody
I don't
believes
think
that.
even our own government says we do. They say
I'm just saying.
they say it's in our interests.
Right, but I'm saying there's nothing. You can't believe.
So, yeah. So I'm not like, and for another time.
For another time. Where are we now?
So next week we are good for Friday though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm working. Yep.
We're
yep.
good for
I'm
Friday?
off. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Friday. Next week, Friday.
All right. So yeah, things are like Melissa's schedule is getting
Yep. Starting
sorted
to.
out.
Yep. So, new job, new things, learning new stuff. So I'm kind of working a lot of different hours. I think just to get me acclimated. So.
Yeah. So we'll be back next week
Figure
with
it
the
out.
show.
Yeah.
Lord knows what. I did kind of reach out to our friend Peter. Told him he's come back on the show soon.
Miss him.
He is currently on vacation, and I'm hoping when he comes back to town that
See
we'll
on
get him.
I think on a cruise again.
I don't know. He didn't say. I
They
just
do love their cruises.
they do.
I'm like
They
love
not
their
meaning the
cruises.
gay, meaning literally Peter and Will.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Peter and
Yeah,
Will
yeah.
love cruises.
They do.
That's what I meant too.
They also like the hiking.
Okay.
Huh?
They also like the hiking too.
I know. They're so cute.
hiking.
Yeah.
They're adorable.
No, I know they're out of. I know that they're just gone because Pete asked me to step in to the radio show he does
Okay.
that I actually started,
Right.
and then
And then
Kind of-
dipped.
and then I kind of dumped it on him, and he stayed with it for years, which I'm really surprised.
He's a good dude.
Well, no, he likes it. It's like his thing. It's totally
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
that kind of person.
Yeah, no, he's
that's funny.
but it was just funny how I was like, I felt like he was stepping in for me the last time I ran for office, and we didn't even talk about like when I was done, was I coming back, and he's just kept it, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done other things, so that's So, but when
Nice.
he's out, he's like, can you
Can you fill in for
fill in for me? Because the co-host does not do the technical shit at all, none of
gotcha.
it. So I do the recording.
What
I
building
do.
are they in now?
He and Alex do it by Zoom or Skype.
Oh, okay. Because I was
They-
wondering what building didn't they have to get relocated also?
Okay. So, all right, we're gonna talk about that. That's not a podcast.
Okay, yeah,
I'll
we-
tell you about it. All right, so we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Love you, and I'm
Okay.
doing one of the bits with Julia in it, so you can hear what I make my daughter do.
That'll be fun.
Bye.
Bye.
It's not easy advancing to the next round on the Sex Network's hit show Fapped. The judges have some pretty high standards.
You call that masturbating? I've seen better O-faces at a Botox clinic.
I don't think he knows where his dick is.
Wait, it's over? What did I miss?
Sometimes on Fapped, the superstars shine.
When I saw the jam donut, I thought, okay, he's gonna fuck the donut. But you didn't. Well done, sir. Well done.
Oh, glorious. Simply glorious.
Oh my God, just like Mom used to.
Every Tuesday night at 8 p.m., find out who's going home with $7,000 and a barrel of lube on Fapped, only on the Sex Network.